Hi, I'm Ellen Violette, and today I want to talk about when is the best time to launch your book. And the reason that I want to talk about this is because we are coming up on the Christmas season, and the Christmas season is a really good time to launch your book. Now, there are people who think that Christmas is the best time. There are other people who think that summer is the best time. And really, it depends on what it is that you're promoting. But I have to say that in all the time that I've been publishing books, most of my books have been published either in the fall or in December. This one, How to Crush It in Business Without Crushing Your Spirit, How Entrepreneurs Can Overcome Depression and Find Success, was done December 7th, and that's because a lot of people get depressed at the end of the year. And some people, think that only big authors sell at the end of the year, but it's really not true. I mean, if you're in a niche market and people are looking for that, I really see the Christmas kind of going into the new year, and people have their credit cards out at Christmas time. And so a lot of times what will happen is like they're going to buy something for somebody else, and then maybe they say, oh, I'm going to buy myself a present too. I know I've done that. Or they'll say, well, I already got my credit card. What else is available? And so then they'll buy stuff because they're in the buying mood. So I would definitely think about the idea of launching at Christmas time and or New Year's, depending on, like I said, part of it is, what it is, but even more than that, I think it's just whether you're ready or not. The latest statistics I was able to find was for 2017, and it was 3.4 billion was sold in the summer and 2.9 billion at the holidays, but that's from BookBaby, but those were the two best times. And the ones in the summer is really more novels, and people want to read and relax and that sort of thing. So, if you think about when do people start launching, if you go to a movie, sometimes like if there's a sequel, they may have the trailer to the next one at the end of that movie, and that may not be coming out for a year or 2 years. So, usually they'll say, like, to launch a book, it should be like a year, and it really depends on where and how you're going to launch your book, what your strategy is. So if you want to do a New York Times bestseller, then you need a lot of time, you need a lot of energy and money in order to do that. And very few self-published authors are able to get on the New York Times bestseller unless they're already making a lot of money and they're able to buy their way on. There are, a handful, I think, who have done it. And you need about 10,000 books. And then on Wall Street Journal, you need about 6,000 books. It's not quite as hard because there's not as many books. But you can do a launch quite easily on Amazon, and it really doesn't take a lot of time. And again, it really depends on how you're going to do it. One of the things that I've discovered over time is that it really is how much effort you want to put into something, and then the benefits of what you get out of it are going to be based on that. So, you can do a bestseller launch where you just launch the book and, tell your friends, or, get it in some announcement sites, and some people get to number one. A lot of people don't. Or you can do a full-on launch, which is what we do when I work with clients. And what we do is we want to build your list. We want to make you a number one bestseller. We want to get you on the number one hot new release, because that gets you more book sales, and then use strategies that will also help you to sell more books. So again, it just depends on what it is that you're trying to do, but there are a lot of benefits that you can get just from an Amazon bestseller, and a lot of people don't realize that all the wonderful things that can come out of it. So, but again, if you want to do one, my point of doing this particular video was just to say that it's time to start thinking about it, because you really do need to start now if you want to get going for the Christmas season and not just be a wreck at the end. I once had a woman come to me the first week in December, actually, and she said, I want to be a #1 bestseller by Christmas. And I said, okay, thinking that we were going to start on her launch. She said, well, I haven't written the book yet. I was like, well, I think you better write the book. And it was a Christmas book, actually. It was about stress, and it had really good information. It actually, I mean, it was usable all year round, but she was doing it for Christmas, and it had a Christmas title. And anyway, so she wrote the book, and we got it launched, and it was #1 on Christmas Day. So it can be done. It can be done at the last minute. I don't recommend it. The longer you wait, the more stress you're going to have doing it, and the more exhausted you're going to be. Like right at the end, she was saying, oh my God, I can't do another thing. And I said, well, you've got to finish this, because we've come this far, and we're like 2 days away, and you can't stop now, because you're not ruining my 100% success rate and taking people to #1. So that is what we did. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. And if you're ready to move forward, and if you want some help, you can go to booksopendoors.com/questionnaire. Sign up for a complimentary bestseller breakthrough consultation. I'll review your book or your book idea, and I'll help you set up a schedule so that you can get your book out on time for Christmas or New Year's. And there are only a limited number of spots if you go to my, once you fill out the questionnaire and you see my schedule. So I'm not just saying that. So go there, booksopendoors.com/questionnaire, and I'm happy to help you. But whether you want help or not, if you've got a book, if you've got a book idea, if you're thinking about when's the best time, I would seriously consider getting into doing that. So that's it.